What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Shocker, with our Week 1 Team Builder for the TBL. If you guys are excited, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Phil Shocker crew today to be further with the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's go ahead and break down the matchup here. So we are going against Rakustic and the Anime Ducklets with a sick logo, by the way, if I might say so myself. And this week one, it's scary. This is a tough week one for us because they have a Mammoth and you look at my draft. What on God's green earth do I do against Mammoth I get bodied. But this is not the end of the world matchup. I still have a possible way to win this, so it's definitely possible. So it's gonna be not the worst thing, but who knows? But yeah, but breaking down my opponent's team, he has got Urshifu's Rapid Strike, Single Strike was banned, Weezing, Turtonator, Silvally, Mamoswine, Magneton, Azelf, Togekiss, Rotom Mo, and Drifblim. Now, there's a couple of things that can kind of semi-take advantage of this. They do have two electric types, which is something to kind of note from there. They do have two, what was the other one I'm thinking of? They got two flying types. Like, there's a couple of typings here that I can kind of mess around with and kind of work around with, potentially. So, who knows about that? Obviously, if I yawn, which I just did, I apologize. But, just looking at this matchup here, um, I don't see Drifloon coming. Drifloon doesn't really have a good match, but all against one entire draft. Rotomo, I don't think is really that good against us as well. I think it would just be forcing to Scarf, and I don't think Rotomo's a really good Scarfer mon in this game to what it wants to do. Togekiss does have potential to show up. It could, if it's speed creeped into certain form and everything like that. And depending if it's a really offensive Togekiss or it's a pseudo-offensive defensive Togekiss. So, no. I do think Azelf has a really good, strong chance to potentially show up in this matchup. The problem would be Azelf would have to pick either Kasib or Colbur. And that's going to have a tough choice to pick from when I have two of the best answers to beating Azelf or on my draft in that type of respect. So, excuse me. So that's definitely a big thing to factor into this matchup. But looking at my opponent's draft, I do expect Urshifu for single strike. I have very little switch into the dual stab with that thing. I expect that thing to either be a choice scarfer, choice band user, or even potential sub bulk up user. Just because sub bulk up is very terrifying, and I am very scared of it. Wheezy, I think, comes just because, again, I have very little hazard remover on my draft. I do expect potentially T-Spikes. I do expect maybe something like Will-O-Wisp. Potentially Sludge Bomb, and maybe something with Flamethrower, potentially. Maybe just stupid annoyances, so I don't know. Turtonator, I'm very scared of Turtonator. I don't know why. Because, I got some good answers to it, but I'm legitimately scared of this thing. If it's a Shell Smash off, it actually can do work against my team, because I'm going to spoil it for you guys. We're not bringing a Choice Scarfer. So basically, if this thing gets a Shell Smash off, it actually outspeeds my draft. Even if, like, maybe some of my mons can reach max speed, but timid-wise, I don't outspeed. If it's modest, I do have maybe, like, one or two mons that actually have a good possibility to outspeed it, so... Excuse me. So there's that to kind of factor into going to this as well. Savali, as they do not have a ghost type on their dark type on the team, I do 100% expect this to be Savali ground, not ground, dark. Why am I messing up my typings? Ground and dark are not the same thing. I do expect Savali dark just because Savali dark is more perfect against my team, if anything. Dark's not the best thing, but it's better than anything else on his team, and he needs a counter to Aegislash that's not like a switch in. Because basically he's gonna have to sack something to be in front of Aegislash to bring in something. So there's that to factor in. Mamoswine, like I said before, I cannot switch into this thing. I expect this thing to most likely be 100% his choice card from user, just because I only have a few mons that can be choice scarf, and I think he needs the scarf, in all honesty, to outspeed a lot of things on my team in terms of what I need to do with it, and, excuse me, what I have to face against. Magneton, I do think Magneton's analytic is very dangerous against my draft. I don't have a good switch into analytic boost hits from this thing unless I get the right plays and switch-ins and all that. But otherwise, this thing is a massive monster. It's really going to put a big dent into my team if I'm not very careful. So definitely something to note there. But that's my opponent's draft and the team I expect him to bring. Let's go ahead and break down the team that I am bringing for this game. So, real quick, Like I said before in my team builder, I had already played week one, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and explain something that I was trying to that I would have probably told you guys ahead. So originally on this team, the five mons you saw here, but Lapras wasn't originally on this build. I had Regieleki with choice specs, with Swift, three electric attacks or two electric attacks plus Swift and Rapid Spin for hazard removal. And could it just be like a choice spec set? Oh, excuse me, something like that. But I ultimately thought to myself, there's a lot of ways I can make Lapras work this week. Something with maybe body press I can make work, something with, my dual stab. But then I got to thinking about it. If I looked at the matchup correctly, Lapras literally can go in on this matchup. It's a really good Urshifu counter potentially on a locked in water type attack. It's also a really good mon to beat Mamoswine if I actually can get boosted and everything like that, because I can always live a hit from Mamoswine in that turn spot. Yeah, so we're going to kick it off here with Brendan and Lapras, Drill Run, Liquidation, Dragon Dance, and Zen Headbutt, 76 in HP, max attack, adamant, 24 defense, and 156 speed. By the way, I will recommend this if you ever are in a Wi-Fi league, if you're new to it, or you're relatively already started, like a couple leagues in, and you're still having problems, definitely 100% when you do Wi-Fi calc at level 50, it actually makes a really big difference in terms of calcing, and actually saves you from making any potential mistakes that you would have with calcing at level 100 for Wi-Fi. So definitely calc at level 50 if you do Wi-Fi. If you do Showdown, calc at level 100. But anyways, we're going straight up Physical Lapras. Physical Lapras actually has a really good get matchup in this game. If I get a +1 off, I'm faster than Urshifu, and I'm pretty much faster in his entire draft, because I believe Urshifu, I'm not faster in his entire draft, but I'm at least faster from Urshifu and below. So that's actually really, really good. I do have the Chople Berry there to be able to take one hit from Urshifu. I gotta make sure I stay above at least, I need to stay at least around 75%, because that's the max lowest I can go with still living the hit from the Urshifu. So definitely something to note there. But Lapras, big important piece of this team there is a good water switch in. And just an overall really good mon this week. I don't expect Lapras to be a win con. I do expect Lapras to maybe do a little bit of breaking for this team and maybe pick up a KO or two potentially. Up next we have Shadow, the Aegis last year with Spell Tag. I looked at his team. He has no Ghost Resist. I could have ran maybe something with Specs potentially. Specs would have actually been probably really good. Specs plus Shadow Ball or something like that. Which, after the battle, and you kind of see with the battle, I do regret not having Shadow Sneak on my set. And, but originally, it was autonomized Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball, and King Shield. King Shield just there to kind of scout, to see what he does, and then like I said, my dual stab goes in against. If it's Dark Cell Valley, I just click Flash Cannon on, and everything else pretty much Shadow Ball or Flash Cannon if I want to go after Mamo. I originally was gonna think of going maybe potentially Akka to deal with Turt. I was originally thinking of potentially going like maybe like something like Culver because of Valley Dark. Ooh, excuse me. In that type of regard, so I really didn't know what to go with. So in the end, I went with Spell Tag just because Spell Tag was a boosted attack, and I just felt it was really good. So I'm next to have Dalla, my Serena here with the Jolly Nature here with 108 in speed, 8. Oh, I didn't even go over my thing here. We have 100 HP, max special attack, and 156 speed with a Timid Nature with our Aegis Slash. Basically designed to outspeed Scarf Mamo and Scarf. More, I think it's mostly designed to outspeed Scarf. What's his name? Urshifu, I'm pretty sure. But also outspeed Scarf Mamoswine, which is really important there, +2. And now we have Dallas Serena here, with triple axle, high jump kick, power whip, and knockoff, 140 in HP, max attack, 8 in special defense, and 108 speed. The speed lets me outspeed 0 speed invested Cell Valley. So Cell Valley has no speed investment. I basically can potentially just chip it down, go for a big powerful move, just weaken it down and beat it down, which is really, really great. Excuse me. In terms of what I can do with it, triple axle, which is really good to kind of counteract its neutral hit to Turtonator. Also catching the flying types that are in this match, including Rotom. High jump kick is a really good spammable move because it can hit a couple of things on the team that we couldn't already hit. Obviously, our stab and power up is really, really good this matchup, and the knockoff is really just good removing items. Queenly Majesties in that way, Ice Shard Mamo is no longer a problem against us, especially if he thinks for choice Scarf, and if he's not Scarf and stuff like that, he's baited. So basically, we can kind of just work around that. So I thought it was a really good idea there. Up next, we have Bulk Up, 3 attacks. Beware here with Facade, Drain Punch, Earthquake, 156 HP, 116 attack, 28 in defense, 76 into speed depth, and 132 speed with the Adamant Nature. This, I believe, was designed to outspeed. I don't really remember what it's supposed to outspeed. I think it's supposed to outspeed Modest Magneton, maybe? I don't know. I don't really remember. It's been about a few or so days since I built this team, so it's going to be taking me a little while to remember. But basically, my dual stab plus Earthquake destroys everything on my opponent's draft. They have no good switch in, especially if I get at least one bulk up off. If I get one bulk up off, it's basically GG at this point because Beware can put in a lot of offensive pressure in this matchup, which I think is really good. Up next, we have a Dark Doa, my Hydreigon here with Iron Tail, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, and Outrage. I told you I was bringing it. I told you all I was going to bring it. We are running a max set just because it is my best way to win this matchup. Running the max set guarantees that I am faster in every single Scarfer he has under the sun, except for any potential Scarfers in Azelf. But otherwise, if Azelf's a Scarf, which I don't think it's going to be if it's going to be brought. So overall, I do expect us here to be able to put in a ton of work here with Hydreigon, especially if I get one DD off. If I get one DD off, I pretty much win. We do have Habomberry, which is going to guarantee to give us the hit from the Turtonator. And in the case we don't have a DD off, maybe we have a DD off, and we go for another one as he goes for the Draco, and we're pretty much at full health. We take the hit. I'm at +2. I just start clicking buttons and get KOs. So I'm really hoping Hydreigon puts in a lot of work. And last but not least, we have our Cheops here, our Explorer with Power Herb, Roost, Air Slash, Earth Power, and Meteor Beam, 108 HP, max special attack, and 148 speed with the Timid Nature. This outspeeds everything on my opponent's draft, guaranteed. So basically, I can have speed control in this matchup. With Meteor Beam plus my stab and Earth Power, it basically just checks a lot of things on the checklist box and just helps weaken down things that are not on the checklist box. So definitely something to note there. But yeah, that's gonna be the team, guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you think we're gonna pull off the W. Let me know if you've got a favorite of the team so far. And yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Until next time, everybody. Peace.